Hello everyone. I felt guided to channel some amethyst medicine today because I know a number of us are experiencing uncertainty in terms of what's happening now in the world, what may be happening in the future, which of course creates a lot of anxiety, creates fear, creates worry. And then we get pulled into that cycle and pattern of, negative thinking, and it really all starts to feed off each other like a vicious circle. And this, of course, will also lead to sleep disturbances. And amethyst, it's one of those crystals that most crystal lovers, if not all crystal lovers, own a piece. So it's a very accessible crystal to work with and also extremely powerful because it has so many beneficial, energetic, healing qualities, as well as energetic protective qualities and very emotionally soothing qualities. Amethyst is a very powerful ward against a protective energy field against what we describe as negative energy. So energy that feels emotionally or mentally or psychically harmful to us, or lower frequency. And of course, things like anxiety, fear fall into that category. So does varying levels of psychic attack. Negative energy that's coming at us from outside of us, but also from within. And a lot of times when people talk about negative energy and sealing off against negative energy or shielding against negative energy, the presumption is that it's coming from someplace else. It's coming from outside of us, when in fact, a lot of the times what we're experiencing is energy that we're generating our own selves from our shadows. And of course, when we're going through challenging times and being the human beings that we are, this can happen more and can happen more frequently. So again, amethyst just provides beautiful medicine to help us in terms of being able to shift out of those negative patterns of thought, being able to come down from those higher places of anxious or worry or fearful thinking. It's also very beneficial for feelings of anger, feelings of frustration. Some people find amethyst to be very beneficial to place by their bedside at night to help with that energy, especially that mental energy, so that it can help them sleep. Some people find it too energizing because it is in the quartz family. So trust how you feel guided to use it. You can keep it in spaces where you need the energy to be more serene, more positive. Whether it's your workplace, whether it's your bedroom or any area of your home, your car. It's also very potent to wear on your person, either in the form of jewelry or sticking it in your bra or in your pocket to carry it with you, so that you're receiving that energy internally while also emitting it into your energy field to help create a ward. So tuning in with the energy and consciousness of amethyst. And so the first message that comes through as I tune into the amethyst is this message of not to worry, because worry feeds on itself. And so of course we can say, oh, don't worry, not to worry. If you pray, why worry? And it's like, because I'm human. And so, there is this understanding, but basically what it's saying is you're going to have thoughts, you're going to have feelings, you're going to experience obstacles and challenges. But for some, what I am seeing along the timeline, along the energetic timelines that it's showing me, things are starting to level out for some people. And slowly that will be spreading more, provided we're choosing how to respond. Are we choosing to respond in ways that are loving? Are we choosing to respond in ways that are empowering? When we have, thoughts of worry or thoughts of fear, what are we choosing to do about those thoughts? And it's not about making the thoughts wrong. It's not about making the feelings wrong. It's about embracing and accepting where we are, what is happening, because as soon as we're able to do that in any given present moment, we are able to adapt. We are able to adapt. We are able to pivot. We are able to choose how we respond. And this is what is providing the leveling out for people who are putting this into practice. And so it's an encouragement for people who are already putting this into practice to continue to do so, and also to support others around them, not necessarily by talking at them in terms of how to be, but living that example. And it's also an encouragement for people who really feel like they're struggling right now. And I can see that, and I know this feeling of, the waves just keep crashing over you, and you keep trying to surface, and you keep trying to surface, and you feel like there is another wave. And of course, part of how we pull out of this, sometimes, generally speaking, is to go with the flow of the current, accepting where we are and choosing where we are to respond. And that's the power of Amethyst medicine right now, and Amethyst consciousness. It's saying creating the space, I'm getting chills, creating the space, creating the buffer zone in our minds, in our feeling bodies, as well as in our energy fields, to have that moment to ask ourselves, okay, breathe, hang on a minute, how do I want to respond to this? What can I do in this moment? And in some cases, the response may be choosing a different way to look at things, choosing a different way to think about things, choosing to think about something else, or finding some kind of action or activity that we can channel the energy into. It's reminding us that we all have sovereignty. We all are masters of our inner being. The world, having control over the world, is elusive. And of course, we've had an extremely potent and oftentimes painful lesson in that this year, but we can choose how to respond. And it's also encouraging us to seek out success stories of people going through these times of challenge who stopped, who connected with themselves, their intuition, their inspiration, whatever it might have been, and they adapted, and they're able to continue moving forward, especially those who are providing service. And it could be in any realm of thing. It could be agriculture, it could be botany, it could be education, it could be spirituality, health, whatever it might be. And not in terms of looking at these people and comparatively being like, oh, look at what they've done and I can't and whatever, because there you go again, right back into that thinking. But looking at that in terms of inspiration, because what you're seeing is being reflected back at you. It is you being reflected back at you. We all have the capability to manage that. Now, there are some of you who may be feeling like you're really drowning. And so, of course, this is the time when you need to reach out for help. You need to reach out for support, because we can carry each other through as we keep coming through the challenging time. But there is definitely an encouragement for now, especially for any of you for whom this resonates. Wear amethyst on a daily basis. Again, either as a piece of jewelry or somehow on your person. For those of you who can't, making an amethyst elixir, a crystal tonic of amethyst. I share ways on my blog for you to do that safely, as well as in my book, Change Your Energy. But getting in that energy, or even just having a larger piece like this, like a palm-sized piece of this that's near to you, in your space, so that the energy is affecting your energy, or even just sitting and holding it. But again, empowering yourself to come back into that place of consideration, response in terms of what's happening, so that you are carrying and you are holding yourself through. And what I'm being shown is that the amethyst energy and the amethyst spirit will also be there to help support you. So again, this is an excellent time for all of us who own most likely at least one piece of this beautiful crystal to work with this medicine, to work with this consciousness, with the aim of starting to come into that place of, okay, things are leveling out, Things are smoothing out. I am getting my footing. I am adapting. I am grounding back into my power. And this is how I do it, by connecting with what is my divine sovereignty in terms of choosing how to respond. In in situations where we need to respond to those fears, to those worries, to the anxiety, being able to come back into that place of center of consideration, and then choosing the response so that you begin to master your energy. And as you do, that ripples out into the reality that you are experiencing. So that was the channeling. That was the message today from Amethyst. I certainly need this medicine too, and so it's a great blessing for me to share this with all of you. So please grab hold of your piece of amethyst, hold it, start to work with it. And also, for those of you who are seeking out more healing work, more healing technique, especially for those of you who are hoping to pandemic proof your healing practice, the distance healing certification has opened up. The program has opened up in my academy, and it's very powerful. And so I encourage you all to check that out. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I love you, and I will be back to share more with you very soon. Blessings.